Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to IRC Esports. We are at Silverstone, round 11 of Tier 2 of season 8 of the Tier 2 Championship. This is me, Dan the SSJ Assassin and Combox, and I am accompanied by our newbie streamer Sai. How is it going for you, buddy?
Hello, man. Yeah, it's going good. It's been pretty new to me to the streaming and commentating as well.
Yes, indeed, it is an exhilarating experience. The first time is always yes. So, the British GP, one of the more exciting tracks in the F1 calendar itself, not in just the esports scene, but in the real life scene as well. We saw a lot of RG Bargy in the last season as well, in 2021. The moment between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, in spite of getting that sketchy and controversial 10-second penalty, the man somehow managed to find himself back in P1. So yes, we have seen a bunch of brilliant drives in this track itself.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's been a really good track. Silverstone is one of the best tracks, and to get a good wrap around this is really important. To get flowing nature, and if you break down on one lap, it breaks your flow into the next corner, right?
Yep, indeed. A lot of, one of the more challenging tracks as well on the F1 calendar. The drivers will be facing a lot of challenges through the corners of Cobbs, Beckett's, Maggots, and Chapel. You have to really get that turn in right, or else it's like a win it or lose it all zone kind of thing in that area. So if you manage to get it right, you tend to gain a lot of lap time. If you don't, well, it's you might get eaten up by the driver behind you. So why don't we go to the track video itself? Let's take a look at the layout. So there we go. The layout of the Silverstone Circuit, 5.891 kilometers, 18 corners, 2 DRS zones, and not many elevation changes. If you ask me, it is going. Let's hope that we have one hell of an exciting race. So why don't we quickly take a look at a really fast hot lap by our TRX driver Rahul?
Welcome on board a lap of the Silverstone Circuit. Now heading to turn 1, it's a flat out. Want to use minimum steering and keep it as smooth as possible as to not throw off any speed. Into turn 2, trail brake extremely heavily and then just a light dab on the brakes for turn 4. Slingshot the car into Brooklands. You want to keep a wide line and watch out for the DRS board on either side of the track and open it with a few extra Ks you will need to overtake on this track. Now braking just after 50 for the Luffield section. Lots of different lines you can experiment with through here, but as we see, take a tight line and then slingshot the car onto the second straight, which is formerly the pit entrance and the old GPs. Now into Cobb's corner, it's relatively flat out, but again, you have to be very accurate with the steering as to not scrub any speed off the car. Into Maggots and Beckett's as you glide from apex to apex, keeping the minimum speed high. Just a dab on the brakes in the Beckett section and slingshot the car into hanger straight. Watch out for the DRS board on either side of the track. Open it for the extra Ks. Now into store section, you want to brake just after the curb starts and just a dab on the brakes and then you flick the steering onto the right and get a great exit. And to Vale, tires are crying by this point, but you just got one more corner, so hang on as you get a slingshot exit onto the start finish straight, and that's a lap of Silverstone.
So that was a blistering hot lap by our driver Rahul, and I am quite surprised that he set a time in the 25s, which is just I don't know, probably 4-5 tenths of the world record pace. I think it's something with the Xbox platform itself. Not sure quite really how he's done such a hot lap.
That's true. I mean, 25.9 is a really fast lap. Considering that we are only, I think he's in tier 1. Is he in tier 1?
He's a tier X driver.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that he is. He's
I think
not
tier X have a
currently
lot of fast drivers. I mean,
fast drivers or fast game. I don't know what it is. And I think the lobby should be up by now. Why don't we go on board them, the drivers here? Yeah.
Yep.
So as we can see, the weather forecast for the qualies. Oh man, it's a wet quali
Qualifying and a wet
and
race.
wet race as well. Oh damn!
This is gonna be
And
very interesting. I mean,
if the viewers are seeing a bit of shock from my voice, it is because I am driving in this race. But right now I'm standing in as a temporary commentator because the commentators who were supposed to be here haven't joined in yet. So, yep.
I mean,
Um,
I think you have
I'm
to. Everyone has to do the hot laps before the rain comes. The qualifying.
yes. I have only 10 minutes left until I can set a lap. Otherwise, why don't we have the track map up,
Yep.
Sai?
We'll do that as soon as possible.
Yes, thank you. And lap data, leave this at disabled. Yeah, and detail at tires. Thank you. You can hide it now. I press F1. Yeah. I'm sorry. Press F2. Is it F2? No, it's not F2. Press F1. I think you pressed the wrong key in the beginning. Yeah,
Yes.
there we go.
I
Okay,
think
so
couple of drivers are on their hot laps now.
yep, I think it's both Abhi and BK19 who are on their hot laps.
Abhi19 going very early in the session.
I think it's. I mean, it's definitely the intent. I think their intention is just to set a banker lap now because invalidation. The chances of invalidation on this track are pretty high, and
Indeed.
yeah, it is. It is just for the best to go for
You
a
have
banker
two
lap right now.
drivers on mediums, Monterio and I think it's Streeter. Yes, Streeter in the Ferrari.
Not surprised really. The game itself suggests a one-stopper. And the game being Jeff, obviously our race engineer, may his soul rest in peace, because he will be leaving us all for the after this edition of the game from F1 22 onwards. We won't have any more Jeff. So let's all enjoy his annoying presence as much as we can. So yes, the game itself suggests one stopper. So because the tire wear on this track surprisingly is quite low. You can, if it's a soft medium, you can do 11 laps on the first stint and the rest of the stint on your mediums. And exactly the other way around if you're on a medium soft. So yeah, if these guys manage to get it working, then they will be having one hell of a second stint. I think we can have lap data off. Can we have it off? Yeah. Well, it's for if you didn't know, bro, we have on stream we can see our in-house telemetry, so where all the sector times and the fast times will be displayed. So yeah,
That's true. I completely forgot about that.
it's fine. We've all been there, and as we see, Montero is just about to make his way through the section of Beckett's and Maggots. He does
pretty cool, pretty going good for Monterio on mediums that too.
I think he had a bit of an oversteer there, but barely managed to correct it. And from the looks of it, yep, and he's just gone a wee bit wide there. Probably has to go easy on the throttle to avoid an invalidation.
There.
I'm expecting a time into the 127s. A high 127 should be a good time
and
on the mediums.
Goes with 28.9 and Monterio goes with the 28.2.
That is
really
easily
fast on a medium tire.
I mean, that is easily a banker lap. I mean, it's quite easy to do a lap on the 126s.
Goes into 127.
127.678. That is a brilliant time from the Alpine driver. I mean, it's quite tough to make it out because Alpine, Williams, and Red Bull both have the same color. So it's quite tough for the commentators to make it out here. So, yes, the Alpine of Paris is on pole right now. And
we have Monk on his flying lap, getting a little bit of slipstream from Streeter ahead.
Yes, Monk, returning driver, coming back after almost a gap of half a season. He was dishing it out to the drivers in Tier 2 last season. Was in the top 5, if I'm not mistaken. Now he's ready to make his mark again on this grid. Let's hope he does well.
Hopefully,
So,
Monk comes back strong and he
oof,
goes very wide there.
super wide, but the game won't give an invalidation here because apparently, according to it,
Yep.
he's lost time. But oh, does not take those corners
Curve.
as well as he should have. But yes, manages to salvage as much as he can. Yep, predictably does not get a good sector. And I'm sorry, what? Okay, and goes really wide here. Oh, I think we
Okay,
could have
we
stayed
have
on.
an
Yep, so that's Unleashed going.
Abhi.
Oh,
There was Abhi.
Abhi. I think he was just
I think it
giving
was his
way first.
outlap, not outlap, an in lap, I guess, on the
Yeah,
softs.
he's definitely on an in lap right now. And yep, I think it's best if I set a tie now.
Yes, Assassin will hopefully get it in the top 10.
Yep, I hope you can handle commentary for a while.
Of course, I think it's a new job, but still, I think I can do well. As we can see, Unleashed finishing his outlap. No, he's starting his outlap, or I think he invalidated his outlap. So let us stay on board with Unleashed, who is going out for another lap on those soft tires. As you can see, Eisenberg coming out of the pits. BK19 think he's doing another lap. And Assassin, who is just coming out of the pits now. Let's go on board with 8 Sil. Faison hasn't set a lap yet. Let's stay with Unleashed. I think he's coming out of this corner here into the second sector. Goes flat out, nearly flat out into cops there. But yeah, keeps it intact and does not get any invalidation. Let's see into Maggots and Beckets. Takes it very clean, not invalidated. Gets the DRS. Oh, there's a yellow flag. I think it's one of the Ferraris. I think it's just a cooldown lap. As we see Unleashed coming into the last couple of corners. Gets a really good exit. Takes the checkered flag. And he has not set a time yet. Okay, that's surprising. Sager is on out lap. Let's go on with Sager, the Red Bull. Pretty clean turn 1, turn 2 goes a bit wide. Gets the apex perfect into turn 3 and turn 4. Gets the apex really perfect there onto the exit. And then he opens the DRS, goes into the 8th gear and a top speed of nearly 300. I think everyone are on their outlaps. I feel Shawshank doing another soft lap, or maybe an in lap. Let's see. Faison goes into P7 with a 28.5. Abhi, I think he's going on another run, on another soft lap. Monk exiting the pits. Unleashed, surprisingly not yet set a time yet. Sager exiting the second sector, going on the main straight with the DRS open. I think he's on our hot lap. Goes a bit wide there. Coming into the last couple of corners. Gets the apex right. And I think he's going on to the final corner. And that's going to be P7 for Sager with a 28.455. Really good solid lap. And we have Assassin on his out lap. But I think he has invalidated his lap. Oh, Assassin pits. I think it's because he invalidated his lap there. Let's see what others are doing.
Hello, Sai.
Hello, Ink. What is up, Ink? I think I got a fellow commentator here.
Yep.
What do you reckon about this qualifying, Ink?
Well, it'll be interesting to see. Actually, how good the track is and how talented our drivers are. So it'll be fun to watch. And we have a newcomer. I think a comeback driver, Monk, who's in P11
Yep.
now. Actually,
Monk, comeback driver. I think he's on his outlap. Yep. Or is he? I think he's on his flying lap
Hotlap.
right now.
Yeah. Currently, Paras with a provisional pole of a time with 127.274. Straight right behind 110 away from Paras, along with Heisenberg, who's doing a great job with a 127.6. What do you think will be the pole time for this race or this qualifying?
Maybe 29s, 26s, sorry.
26. Yep. Well, we'll come down to the track evolution in the last few minutes. As we can see, Monk going to the Maggots and Beckets. Does that beautifully.
I think he can, improve on his 29.7.
I think that was what do you
A
call
banker
practice
lap.
lap. Yeah, practice lap on full load, just to get the feel of the track.
That's true. Coming on to the final couple of corners. What do you reckon? Where will it go to ping?
P7. Oh, P8.
Oh, P8. That's really a good lap time. I think he can still go a couple of more tens here and there.
Yep, that's a decent enough lap time.
Shashank, I think he's on his hot lap.
He's on an out lap now. He's going to start his hot lap.
Okay. Faison, I think he's on his hot lap now.
Yep. As we have only 4 minutes left in the qualifying session.
Do you think any drivers will go on the mediums?
I don't think so actually, because if you are in the medium, you'll be in the back, I think, in the DRS train, and you lose out if there's an early safety car too. So we'll have to see actually.
That's true. Let's see what Faison does in the first sector, I think. You have a yellow flag?
I think that's a slowing down car of some
Of Sage, I
TTVR
guess. Yep.
or Sage, yeah.
I think Assassin is also on his hot lap. He started his hot lap. He had invalidated a lap actually.
Well, maybe the pressure of that streamer also is getting.
Hopefully, I'm doing really well.
You are actually.
Let's see what Assassin does. Opens the DRS.
I predict he'll be the one to get into the 26 first because he has that pace and that caliber to
He
get
really
into.
has the pace,
Yep. That on a controller along with the wheel boys.
That's really something that I should learn from a controller.
We should learn actually.
Yes, we should learn from.
And all the other controller boys in IRC.
And example, Heisenberg,
Yep. He's an outlap now.
So let's go back to Assassin. Let's see what he does. Oh, he takes the curve there.
Might have cost him a 10th or 2 there. Oh,
Yep.
goes wide.
Oh,
Yep.
and he invalidated.
Again.
Think he's gonna return back to pits or maybe try for another lap on the same set of tires.
Well, wouldn't that give him extra wear, which is like too much? About 10% he might be getting.
Yep. But there is rain incoming. I think the whole race is full of rain,
Yeah.
It's
Same. It's the same for tier 4 as well.
Oh, that's coincidence.
Yeah. Both the tiers are the same conditions.
So let us yellow flag. I think that was Paris just giving way for one of the McLarens.
I think it might be Unleashed.
Let's see. Unleashed. Nope. Is
Yeah, I think it. Oh,
that was a bit too fast for the pit lane.
yeah, but it's qualifying now, so it doesn't matter.
That's correct. Let's see who's going on our lap. Is Sager going on our lap? I guess by the looks of the speed.
Yep, he's on a hot lap.
Let's see what Sager does. I think we have another yellow flag. I think it's for Streeter who's going on the hot lap, giving way for the other drivers.
Yeah, the yellow flags in qualifying might be either for giving way or if someone ran out of fuel.
Or maybe sometimes some spins.
That can be the case too.
As we have one.
Oh, SHA,
Best
my man.
assassin gets another spin.
SJ finding new lines.
And Sager goes to P5 with a 26.6, 27.6. That's a really good solid lap from Sager, I guess.
Yep. Still, there's only 1 minute left now. I think all the drivers must be starting hot lap now.
Yep.
But SSJ, I don't think he'll have the time
SSJ,
to
I
start
don't
another hot
think
lap.
so. Bison retired from the session.
I think he retired in pits.
Yep. Let's see if anybody else is on a hot lap. I think Heisenberg is on a hot lap.
Is Unleashed coming out of pits now?
Let me check. Unleashed,
I
yes.
think, yeah, it's too late for him actually, only 33
Too late.
seconds.
So, and BK19.
He finishes in top like P3.
Paras goes with a 27.1.
That's a good lap time by
Let's
Paras.
see if Assassin beats
actually.
it. Monk has retired from the session. I think probably in the pits.
Oh, what is that?
That was close. That was from an Alpine of, I think it was Monk.
Yeah, I think Monk retired. DNF'd in the track.
Yep.
This will be the make or break lap for SSJ here.
I think he's taking a lot of tension about the stream, but yeah.
Yeah, I think we are taking cover for that. I hope he gets into the top 5 at least.
And he takes the curb again.
Yeah,
there.
again. Yep. Maybe that's the line he's aiming for. Takes care of that now, this time.
Hope he doesn't invalidate and gets a time on board.
Yeah. Can we turn on the telemetry after this?
Yep.
After this is okay. We'll start for the race.
Yep. SSJ Assassin coming down to the final few corners. On to the final corner. Let's see where does SSJ Assassin. He goes up to P6. I think that's a decent position for Assassin.
That is a decent position. That too on a single lap. He only could do 1 lap. So I think he has much more pace to find and he'll be moving forward in the race.
Other drivers are there. I think Abhi is on a hot lap. Streeter goes on pole. Provisional pole with a 27.1.
Yep, by 400.
I think Abhi is coming down the last couple of corners here. Let's see where does Abhi goes. Final corner and he goes up to P3. The top 3 have done 27.1. And look at the gap between Paras and Abhi.
Yeah, 1000.
That's a great lap from Abhi, but yeah, Paras just nicks him out, and Paras has retired from the session, obviously, as a quali has ended now, but still people must be on some laps. Actually, no, Sager has gone into the pits, so no more laps. This is the qualifying order for today. And Streeter takes pole position here at Britain. Great lap from him. 400s clear of Paras and Abhi. So, yeah, pretty good job from him.
And welcome to the commentary box, Slaya.
Yep, welcome, Slaya.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. How has quali been, guys? Any indications of rain or anything?
Yep.
The race is full wets.
Oh.
Throughout the whole race. Same for Tier 4 as well.
Well, that just spices things up, doesn't it?
Yep.
It does indeed.
Or I think SJ might have chosen the wet setup. That's why he's in P6.
Yep.
Or else
that
he would have
might be one of the reasons that Assassin has been P6.
obviously, as they say, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So I think SSJ made the better call to be on a wet setup, and it might help him out in the race. Might, nay, it will.
Can we run down the order, please? Slaya, can you take it?
Yeah, so Streeter takes pole position here at Britain, Paras in P2, closely following behind. Abhi in P3, even closely following behind. And after that, the Gulf opens up a bit. Montero in P4, BK19 in P5, Sager in P6, SSJ in P7, Heisenberg in P8, Aidsil in P9, Monk in P10, Unleashed in P11, Shawshank in P12, Faizan, and TTV Arrows finish out the order.
Yep, will be interesting race to watch out.
Yeah,
What are your
very
predictions
interesting.
for the top three in the race? Since it's wet too.
I think looking at the qualifying order, I think it might stay the same. But considering you guys to tell me that Dan has gone for a wet setup, I think that might just be the difference. So Dan would be challenging for the podium, in my opinion, and anyone else who's gone for a wet setup.
I'll be coming back in two, guys.
Sai, what about you? Who do you think will come out on top today?
I think Assassin will come out on top today from P7.
Oh, the confidence. So there is a lot of belief in Dan today, and yeah, should be an interesting one to watch out.
And
Considering it's all going to be
it's
slippery and slippery.
raining here.
Yes, as expected, it is raining, and a slip fest today here at Silverstone will be an interesting one to watch.
Let's see who doesn't spin. I think we're waiting for the players all to join in for the race. Let's wait for the players to join in. I think Slaya, what do you think? Who will DNF first?
And I'm sorry, some technical difficulties for me there, but we are back, and thankfully for me, the race hasn't started, and I will get to look at the starting carnage. Okay.
Let's see who DNFs out and who comes out on top after the first lap.
I think it's pretty easy to lose the car around here, as I was saying before I lost connection. But yeah, so especially at cops probably, and at the first corner also on the exit, it's easy to lose the car, and even we might be seeing some spins at Maggots and Beckett's, considering it's a wet race, and the people who aren't running a wet setup, they'll have to watch out for the car.
Yep, that's true. And I think the session is gonna start in approximately 15 seconds.
And we do have Ink back with us.
Welcome
Hello.
back, Ink.
So, Ink, we were just talking about how it is easy to lose the car here. What are your thoughts?
Oh, it is easy because I have lost my car into 2-3 corners actually in the fast right-handers.
Yeah,
So
and
it'll
now
be
we are on
interesting to
mission
see
lap.
how the drivers manage and come back if they spin out also.
And especially considering it has been a dry quali in a wet race, there will be differing setups for the track today. So it will be interesting to see who benefits and who doesn't.
Can we go on to the P14 on board place? I want to see if he has left the session because he is not from IRC.
Yep, I don't know how did he join, but
Oh, he's not from IRC. Oh,
nope.
okay. Well,
That
that's
is
interesting.
Shawshank
good test.
disqualified.
Can we go
Interesting
on to,
prospect
can we change the
here.
camera type for
Let's go
P14?
on to the T-Can.
I don't think he has left this thing.
He is on Ghosted, so I
I
think
think
he
he
has
left the
left.
session. That's what the message showed in the last qualifying session.
I think
But his
I
car will
have
still
to
be on
quickly
track, and it
restart.
will be.
No,
It's
no,
going to be an interruption.
Yep, it will be. Streeter is on P1. followed by Paras. Then we have Abhi in P3. Then we have Monterio. We have BK19, and we have Sager and Assassin. Will be starting from P7. We have the McLaren of Heisenberg in P8, Eidsil in P9, and then we have the returning Monk in P10. We have Unleashed P11 and Shawshank, unfortunately disqualified from the formation lap in P12, and Faizan in P13. What do you think about the grid, guys?
Well, Faizan is being the Kimi there, not weaving at all.
Yeah. No, now you just
Now
had to
he's
say
not.
it.
Yeah, commentators curse now.
Yeah. So hopefully we don't curse anyone today. Yeah, I do think even Unleashed has maybe gone for a wet setup today because he is much quicker than this.
Have gone for the wet setups.
Both McLarens and SSJ. And I presume even Monk and Eitzel must have gone for the wet setup.
Yep, I think most of the drivers would have. But it's comparatively dry,
It is an intercondition, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be
Manageable.
almost same with the softs as well as the thing interns.
I don't think there is much of a difference between the braking points for a wet track and a dry track here at Britain. So it does make things easier for the drivers. But yes, they do have to keep their car on track. Don't forget.
There is
Meanwhile,
a
we still have
car of arrows passing Faizan in the formation lap.
so much action, guys.
There we go, guys. That's the first overtake here.
I think we need to know how did even Arrows join the session. So yeah.
Well, he might have been friends with someone in the grid.
Yeah, probably. Can't do much about that now.
Yep.
But yeah. And as the grid gets reformed for the restart.
Yep, Slaya, take the restart now.
Alright.
Sai, you can.
So let's change the camera, Sai, and let's take a look at it from the front.
Oh, that is a beautiful angle.
And the strategy does show inter to inter for this race. And it's 1 lights, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's lights out and away we go. And Paras definitely gets a better start as compared to Streeter. He might get the inside line and might take the lead into this first corner. But Streeter manages to keep it on track, and there are a few cars going off track. I think there might have been some wing losses right there. And there is Shawshank has lost his complete front wing, and it will be a long walk back to the pits for him. And there is Eitzel dropping down the order as well. Eitzel has lost it, SSG has lost it, everyone is losing it. And they are having a big battle at the back now for P12 now, and they'll be looking to catch up to the pack as soon as they can if they don't have any big damage. And meanwhile, Unleashed and Heisenberg move up into P6 and P8, sandwiching Faizan, who also got a pretty good start. He has moved from P13 to P7 now.
Yep.
And
all the three drivers getting good start.
And the McLaren of Unleashed is trying to close up onto BK19 to get a move done on him as well. And meanwhile, Heisenberg also pretty close to Faizan, but here will certainly affect him now, following into corners like Cops and Maggots and Beckett's. So guys, what do you make of that chaotic start?
I think Eitzel and Shawshank and even Assassin have lost it out in the first lap, I guess.
I don't think Eitzel and Assassin have any damage, but Shawshank certainly does. He is running with a red.
Have any front wing.
He's running with a red front wing, but yeah.
That's the red front wing.
And Faizan gets the first penalty.
There we go, guys.
I think it was bound to happen, guys. Here it is penalty city.
Oh, interesting
He takes
mistake.
that curve in the last corner.
Yep, Heisenberg hunting down Faizan for a move there.
Certainly has more pace than Faizan today, Heisenberg, from the looks of it.
And Shawshank gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Well, it'll be tricky because the speed limit is 60 km/h in this track compared to other tracks.
He doesn't have a it's gonna be tricky for him.
I'm expecting few incidents in the pit entry too. Like few drivers hitting each other or something.
Let's see if Ink is right or wrong.
Yeah. As we can see, Streeter pulling away 1.1 second gap to Paras, who has a gap of 1.6, if I'm not mistaken, to Abhi. Well, we don't have the DRS now, so it'll be interesting to see how.
He's right behind BK19 there. Two McLarens showing really great pace here.
Well, let's
And
not jinx him.
Heisenberg gets
Oh,
Heisenberg there, battling it out. And Heisenberg comes out on top with Faison close behind.
they're still side by side? They were side by
They
side though.
were side by side into the corner, but I think Faison backs out and
No, Faizan doesn't back out. He's spamming all his ERS. Can we turn on the telemetry, please? Sai.
yep.
Faizan goes wide, trying to battle Heisenberg and makes the move for now. And he has deployed all his ERS.
And Faizan running pretty low on ERS, but Heisenberg still on his tail, and Unleashed has pulled out a massive gap to Faizan already. So it does seem to me that Faizan is lacking a bit of pace around here at Britain, but well, nevertheless, it will be an interesting race. Long way to go, 23 laps still remaining, and top 3 remains same.
Is that a switch back? Oh, what a
Oh,
beautiful. Is that completed?
Can he stick it? Can he stick it? That will definitely be a warning, but he can't stick it. But Unleashed has the advantage of a full tank of battery, and he will be looking to hunt down BK19 as soon as he can. And so will his teammate be looking to hunt down Faizan.
Well, I think Faizan should back out because if he doesn't have the pace, there's no point fighting and losing time to the front runners.
I think we both will be wishing for that ink.
Of course.
And Unleashed tried a move into that corner on BK19, but I think
Too difficult, and we don't want a Hamilton and Verstappen incident again.
yes, sir.
Why don't we want?
Look at how difficult it is to follow in that
I
dirty air
think
for
Ontario and Abhi are battling it out.
Montero gets a good move done actually. Great exit, and one of the horses drops back, and it's soon going to be the other horse also dropping back by the looks of it. But Abhi 19 keeping his nose in there, but Montero just has the better line and keeps it on track. Oh, that's a tip from Abhi, and that will help BK19 and Unleashed both gain on these guys.
I'll be taking that car in the second gear actually.
Interestingly, in the wet, I don't take it that low in the dry.
Yeah.
We have Unleashed right behind BK19, the
Oh.
other has.
Unleashed must be scaring the shit out of BK19 right now, but
Oh,
that's a
nice.
big side. Oh my god, that's a great move from Unleashed. A bit of wheel banging there, but he judged it very well. And oh, that's BK19. Very interesting.
there.
Interesting. And he does get a 3 second for corner cutting as well.
That
But
is
that's a yellow flag. That's a Monk. Monk has lost it. No.
Oh,
Oh no!
again.
Oh no! This is just yeah, and just insult to injury. A ghosted car overtakes him,
yep.
Did he
and
survive
BK19 has
the
dropped back
Yeah.
behind. BK19 has dropped
Does
back
he have
behind
damage, though?
Faizan. I do think he might because he did go into the side pod of Unleashed. But
Yep, I
yeah,
think he does have some damage.
and now
Right
Heisenberg will be looking to get a double move
Able to
done.
see in this corners.
It still gets a penalty. Shawshank 1 lap behind already. That must be yeah.
Yeah, I think he has small damage to his front wing.
Yeah, no, he's losing quite a bit of time.
Not that much enough, but let's see. Let's see if he pits for new front wing in the end of the lap.
Yeah, his turning isn't that good, but yeah, I don't know. Is he going to go into the pits? No, he doesn't. He decides to stay out. Can we change the camera, Sai, and look at our PK19's front wing? And that's Unleashed looking to make a move on Abhi as well.
He doesn't have
So there isn't any damage on BK19's front wing, but Unleashed has the pace today. Unleashed is looking very strong, I must
Well,
say.
both the McLarens having pace, but
Yeah, but Heisenberg stuck behind these guys.
Yeah, he's being stuck behind the traffic.
Look at how close Unleashed is getting. His pace is immense today.
Well, I
if he
think the
tries to
setup is
make
working.
a move, but I think Abhi is
I think it's best if he just sticks around for a while and tries to go in a much safer place, I would say.
or maybe force Abhi into
Oh,
there.
so close to that diffuser, and yeah,
we might
that's a
get
great
a Lewis.
exit from Unleashed. Can he keep it? He's using his ERS. He's on overtake,
Is
and
that a
Abhi
Hamilton Verstappen moment again?
it's going to be very close. But Unleashed thinks better of it and decides to stick behind for a while. Does Unleashed have end plate damage? No, he doesn't. I think that's just the mechanic build design. But yeah, Unleashed and Heisenberg both looking strong here, and Heisenberg will be looking to
And
get
Unleashed
these
gets a
moves.
better exit.
Unleashed right on the diffuser of that Haas. Will he send it down the inside? I think he's gone for one late breaking move on a Haas, but thinks better of it again.
That's very wise from Unleashed.
I think it's better if you just stay safe and survive rather than making stupid decisions.
As we see Monk getting 3-second penalty.
I think we'll see a lot of those shed out today to the drivers.
Yep.
Ontario with the fastest lap.
More than Unleashed, the top three have a lot of pace today. They've pulled out a massive gap, and yeah, it just seems that they're in a league of their own. Insane pace from these guys today, and Streeter will be looking to take the win with ease today if he just manages this. But yes, a lot of challenges in the lobby today.
Both the McLarens are right behind both the Haas drivers.
Interesting battle by both the teams.
Haas versus McLaren today.
Heisenberg.
It's Haas versus McLaren today.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think Heisenberg is
And
being
we can
caught.
see Sager, in the
Yeah.
Red Bull, trying to, look out if anything happens.
Heisenberg gets a great exit and he will be looking to make the move. But I think BK19 is running lower wings than Heisenberg, probably. Or he's also using all of his ERS.
Yep, he is.
As we have a Nirma in the combo now.
A white Nirma has appeared.
Hello boys, hello. I am back.
As we see the leader of the commentary box
That's Unleashed
getting
making a
penalty.
move.
Unleashed got the move. Can he make the move stick? And he definitely can. And Abhi sticks it around the outside, but Unleashed preferential line again gets the move done where he was looking strong in the last lap. And that's P4 for Unleashed. Now he'll be looking to chase after Montero.
I think he's in
And
between
look at how
5.2 second gap.
yeah, look at how Abhi has already dropped down from Unleashed. So Unleashed has a lot of pace to unleash today, and yeah, pun intended. And he'll be looking to get on the podium, if not get the win.
Let's see
But
if
do-
Heisenberg
but
does
do-
the same.
But keep in mind that it is intermediate conditions, so the drivers are bound to make mistakes. As we have
that Heisenberg,
sticking to
what a
the
move.
inside of BK19, that's a beautiful move.
What a move.
That's beautiful.
Both the McLaren's making a move on both the Haas's, and yeah, BK19 has fallen like a stone today, but he'll be looking to rise again from the ashes.
So what have I missed? I see a lot of penalties on the screen.
Yes, indeed.
We have a couple of 3 seconds already into the race by lap 7 actually. 6 seconds? Faizan
We have Shawshank with 5 seconds and Faisal with 6 seconds.
speeding in pit lane.
I'm surprised to see it's so far down in P11.
He had an incident into turn 2.
8 still, SSJ Assassin, and I think it was even Shawshank. Yes, it was.
Shawshank, yeah.
Yikes.
Had a different incident actually. Sager trying to make a move on BK19. Can we go on board Sager?
Sager is going to make a move on BK19. Heisenberg is closing up on Faizan. It's already closed by 1/10 to Faizan, but Faizan also has a 6-second penalty. So if it's not a move, it's at least a position gained on both terms of penalties.
Yep.
The drive is pretty far apart, but it's intermediate. You'll never know if a driver just spins out and yeets himself into oblivion.
I think Assassin is gonna make the move around the outside. Is he gonna make? Oh, that's a brilliant move if he sticks it around.
Oh, that is indeed a beautiful move.
The Red Bull sticks on the outside as well. He still tries to manage the move, but let's go. And Assassin has the move. I was going to say they were going to have DRS, but I remembered it's raining conditions, no DRS.
I think that just adds to the action today at Britain because no DRS. Yeah, go on. I think he'll be looking. Oh, that's a great exit from Heisenberg, and he gets the move done. Great use of the ERS and great exit from Heisenberg, and he will keep it ahead going into Cops. But Faizan looking on his inside, no, not really. And,
Can we go
yeah.
on board on 5 Sun? Can we get an onboard view of 5 Sun, please? That looks beautiful. Going through Mackets and Beckett's. Tries to stick it there. 5 Sun will be trying to use his experience that he has had in IRC for a long, long time. Dispensing his entire reserves on the ERS. He has less ERS than Heisenberg, trying to keep within the range, but he just keeps losing time and time, and he's already 3 laps down.
He's going to lose out quite a bit on this exit because I think ERS plays an important role on this exit. And as we see, look at that, Heisenberg just pulls away like nothing's even happened. And
this is going to be an advantage of 5 Sun because Abhi is directly in front of Heisenberg and he will have to overtake him. So 5 Sun does have an opportunity to get back on Heisenberg.
It does seem like the end of the road for Unleashed today, though, because Montero just keeping that gap stagnant or maybe gaining also slightly, but
Well, he gained 2 tenths right now, and he lost 1 tenth as I said that. Never mind.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, that he's keeping the gap stagnant at around that 6 second mark, and
The other driver to keep an eye on is third assist Assassin because he is 3 tenths behind BK19. He was at 1.1 tenth behind BK19, very close by. You're going to have some very good battle between the two of these around Max and Beckett's if assist Assassin manages to keep it within the range.
BK19 just fell off today. I don't know what happened. Maybe he's running a dry setup or something.
He takes the curb again there.
He takes it beautifully. He's too close to. You can look at the gearbox. He can smell what BK19 had for breakfast, and if he can use his ERS, BK19 goes to the outside. He ducks outside. Did not have good of an exit, so he's going to duck back into the slipstream. Can he go for a dive bomb on the inside? Yes, he does. He has the guts. He tries to do it. Kind of touches him. Try to loses his cover, but gets it back into control. They are touching Martin.
Can he go around the outside?
No, he does not. He tries to go for a switchback. He does not manage to do it.
Another switchback, double switchback. Will it work? It might actually.
It might actually work.
Oh, he gets pushed out. No,
beautifully saved. Beautifully saved from SSG Assassin.
How has Beautiful stuff. That? How has SSG saved that? Oh my god.
Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. The battle between the two guys is harsh but fair, and I love every second of it.
That was great racing by SSG Assassin and BK19 as well. Maybe we can have round 2 of it.
The race kind of dying out now. The only 2 drivers that are within a second. 3 drivers are within. Okay, never mind. We have a yellow flag, sector 3. We have a Ferrari in the pits.
Okay.
Yeah. Shawshank retired in the pits.
Oh,
he thinks that his race is over. But yeah.
Sad. I mean, it's a wet race. You'll never know what's going to happen in the upfield. They might crash out like we saw with SSG Assassin. He's gaining time again. He goes onto the grass. Beautiful save again. What are you doing, SSG? That's beautiful save on save, but you're going to lose time and Sager gets a free.
Assassin.
Exactly, capitalizes on the mistake that Assassin made, and Assassin has the pace on BK19 and Sager because, mind you, he was maintaining gearbox and front wing contact throughout Meggets and Beckett, so he has the pace. He knows where he can gain time on BK, but for some reason or the other, he cannot capitalize on it. As SSJ Sager for some reason goes out of the slipstream. I don't know why. As we have yellow flags, I see a Ferrari slow down.
Oh, that's
Is that a McLaren of Unleashed?
No, that's not the McLaren. That's definitely not the McLaren. Who was that? I don't know.
It was I think it was i5 Sun.
I can't really put a finger on it.
Because that was the Alfa Romeo that was slowed down on the right side for.
He's not lost much time.
That is true. He's lost 2 seconds though to the McLaren of Heisenberg.
Yep, he was I think 1.1.
I don't know, but yeah, let's carry on. And Heisenberg looking hot on the tail of RB20, and he will be looking to get a move done as soon as he can to be with his teammate and current for
Go
the
on
current
board and
moment.
heights because I think he's going to make a move on SSC
Oh,
Assassin as well. He's 2 tenths behind him. He has gained 2 tenths just in
oh
the
good.
Becketts and Beckett's.
Oh
He
my
is
God.
gaining time like a wild man, Eitzel.
That's so good from Eitzel, and he gets the better
Oh,
exit, and
Assassin
Dan goes onto the
gets
grass, and that is a move
gets
done for Eitzel. Well done, sir. Well done.
Another mistake from SSG Assassin where he goes onto the grass and just
But
almost
is
spins
SSG
out.
coming back? No, he can't.
He cannot come back from that. He's just completely lost pace after going onto the grass on the straight. That's completely loss of pace for SSG Assassin. I have no idea. That's the second mistake for going onto the grass. The previous one, a contact with BK19, you can let that slide because that was not his fault. But the other two, I would put it on SSJ. I mean, I still don't know what's the issue. But those are kind of silly mistakes from him that just cost him 2 positions from P9 up to P11.
Yep, but let's not count him out of the race because he is a championship material driver and he is talented. So I'm hoping a comeback drive by SSJ. Did SSJ pit though?
He pits.
Yeah.
I
He
think he
pits for
might go
another.
on to the end
Well, he has to.
unless he spins out another time.
Let's not. Let's not.
At least since I've come here, he hasn't spun out yet. He has almost spun out, so
Yes.
let's hope for the best.
As we see Paras a 6 tenths behind Streeter.
I think the top three are pretty close.
Yep.
I would say Streeter is the embodiment of Leclerc, while Paris is just being Max Verstappen and just staying close to the Ferrari. It's very, very iconic. It's exactly how 2022 season as of now is going on.
Yep, I think Paris needs a bit more 2-3 trends here to really get close into DRS. Not even DRS, to get into the corners. Let's see if Streeter makes any mistakes.
Sager is gaining time on BK19. He's
Gonna make a
1/10.
move.
He looks like he's gonna make a move. He kind of looks for a peek on the inside. BK19 moves in. He's still looking for the moves. Getting an onboard from Sager is gonna be amazing. Okay, never mind. He's already fallen down. Yep, never mind. BK has gone flying past. That's the thing with the wet weather. It's every driver copes with it differently. So, some drivers like to turn off the traction, some like to, pump up the traction a lot, and some like to upshift early. I would say the wet weather conditions when you realize who are actually the better drivers, per se, who know how to control the cars when it's about to spin.
We see, Abhi dropping like nearly 6 seconds in I think 7 laps after Unleashed passed him. Eisenberg in P6, right behind Abhi here.
He's stuck in that behind Abi for like 5-6 laps now.
Yep. And
As we see,
gets a
yeah.
3-second penalty.
SSJ not having the greatest of the days in the track.
Yep.
Well, I remember last season, me and SSJ were in the same tier in Britain itself. He ended up winning the British Grand Prix, SSJ.
Hopefully he does that again if things go in his way.
Well, you never know actually.
Yep, and I think
Is there a move
gets
behind?
a 3-second penalty.
Can you go on board Sage quickly?
Yep.
Oh. Can you look at the ERS levels of BK19, please? And as Sage pits
Sage pits. And I think
midway
even
through.
a lot of people pit. Heisenberg, BK19 and Faison.
But Faison will have to serve a 5-second penalty though.
Yeah, I think they're covering off
It's
the
a double stack at McLaren.
I think they've timed it perfectly.
Yep.
That's a really brilliant teamwork there from the McLaren boys.
Yeah, that's a great pit stop actually from the McLarens.
Note that down, Slaya.
Yeah,
I think we
Shots
will have
fired.
to do it tier 3.
No, not that.
Shots fired in the comms box. I like it.
Nirma, how about you? What's the plan? Come to F1. Race with
I mean, I think I'm going to stay away from sim racing for a while. I am racing though. I am doing the endurance races for Indian racing community. in the Apex Online Racing, the AOR,
Yep.
AOR League Series. So the next race is going to be Laguna Seca on ACC. I'm yet to practice though because I've been hitting the gym a lot these days.
Oh,
Studio
as we
work.
see one of Sager's spin.
Sager spinning out.
Tejas Banala and SSG Assassin is going to say thank you to that.
Talking of ACC, we do have an ACC going on right now. So that's on Fridays and in the night at 9, I think, on Fridays, and watch ACC. And tomorrow we have a double header, Tier 3 and Tier 1, both races, Tier 3 at 2:30 p.m. IRC and 1 at 7:30 or is it 8:30?
I think it's 8:30.
Yeah, I think it's 8:30.
Yep.
8:30 p.m. IST or something around that. I can't point it out, but yeah.
Aizen
Heisenberg's
gets
fallen behind Monk.
I think 5 is doing a speed run for us. A speed run on how to get disqualified in the race. 12 seconds penalty already.
Yep. But I think eccentric, you haven't seen me race. Getting 24-second penalty at Canada.
Don't worry, I've seen someone race. I think season 5 in the United States when I was full-time driver at Williams. There was a driver from Ferrari who actually disqualified from midway through the race because of having too many penalties. I'm not going to name him, obviously, to not shame him. But the OG members of IRC who are watching the stream will know who I'm talking about. So, hello. Yes, I have given you some shots.
Yep. And SSD Assassin gets the fastest lap.
It just shows how much pace that he has, actually.
Yes, indeed.
His position definitely doesn't dictate that pace, and he will be looking to get into the
I'm
top
going
10.
to Heisenberg because he is kissing the gearbox of Monk. Monk steps outside, kind of, telling Heisenberg is going to defend the inside line. Goes
Switch
for
back,
it.
switch back.
No, it's not going to be a switchback. It's too far off, but he will be looking for the move.
On the exit, Heisenberg's gotten 2 good exits here, and he does get another.
He has much more ERS in this.
The inside line for Heisenberg, and he does. Can he? No, he doesn't. Monk gets another penalty. But it's down the inside at Cops.
Beautiful move.
It's down the inside at Cops. Heisenberg, how have you pulled that off, buddy? That's an insane move. We didn't have a Hamilton and was. Hey,
I can say for starters, it's because Monk is on 14 lap pole intermediates and Heisenberg is on fresh. Yeah, he's on fresh.
That's what I was wondering. How is Heisenberg behind Monk?
But nevertheless, beautiful move from Heisenberg because you need some guts to stick it on the inside. I've tried that move. I didn't have the ball, so I had to back out. He has his car is overweight because he's carrying those massive balls. That's beautiful.
Heisenberg lost 2.8 seconds on his, after boxing because Abhi was, I think Heisenberg was like less than a second behind Abhi, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, but
within 5 tenths behind.
Do you think Unleashed will come up? Unleashed will be close to the top 3 after the pit?
I think it's like 28 seconds, 26 seconds the pit.
I think it's
closer to 30 seconds here.
I don't think Unleash is going to be anywhere near Montero, in my opinion.
Might be. He can be.
Let's see if these guys decide to pit this lap or stick it out for one more.
I think the top 3 are backing on a safety car.
I'll be very honest. I think no stop is possible here.
It is possible, but if a safety car comes out, then
then obviously it does make sense. But
yeah.
I think the top 3 are looking for the no stopper.
I don't think it's that big.
Too much runoff.
Yeah, exactly. It's too much of a runoff. Unless you do a Benalla, unless you do a Benalla on the start finish line, on the pit entry, then pit stop.
I think if it's a crash on track between 2 cars, then only there is a chance for safety car, or if they manage to swing Nirma on the main straight or closer to the pit entry. I think that's the area where the walls are tighter. Not really tight, but tighter as compared to the rest of the track. And it's going to be interesting.
Faison is closing up on Heisenberg. Point.
Closing up on Heisenberg. Montero is closing up on Paris. And 8th is... I think, those are only the 3 drivers or 4 drivers that are not a second of their closest rivals. So, 5 Zan on Heisenberg, as I mentioned. 8 on Monk on 5 Zan. And Montero on Paris.
Itzel gets the fastest lap with a 1 minute 38.2, and Paris gets the second penalty.
Oh, no.
That's gonna be interesting. And Assassin gets another 3-second penalty.
Can you go on to the penalty situation?
Yep.
Yeah, Nirma, go on.
I was just mentioning BK19 pits. What was the previous lap time? Lap that was set by SJ Assassin.
138 itself, but let us see. 138.4.
Alright, please.
38.2 was the fastest lap.
Yes, Hates has gone 2 tenths faster than the fastest lap. Yikes.
I think the time will be coming down a bit more because the fuel load comes down.
Yeah, definitely. And on inters, the wear doesn't play too much of a role, but yeah. So I think the lesser fuel content will definitely see a lowering in the fastest lap times.
Yep. I think 8 is trying to make a move on Monk here.
Yep.
And just 8 laps of this interesting topsy-turvy race to go. And yeah, I think the order looks pretty much set for this race. Not a lot of moves gonna go on apart from this one, which is coming from 8 still. Goes around the outside.
He's not going to go around the outside. He's not going to go. He's looking for down straight. After on the... I don't know.
Oh, he's right on the gearbox.
Dive down here.
He might try to go for a dive bomb. Does he? No, he does not.
Monk
Monk is
breaks
too
well.
far out. Yeah.
Some great defending by Monk.
Breaks well to cover it off, and yeah, he's gonna cover up the exit. And that's SSJ out of the race. He's gone into the
I
pit.
think he's
Never
going
mind.
into the pits.
Yeah, I thought it was at the pit entry, as me and Nirma were just saying. No, he's gone into the pits and retired. Some
I don't
issues.
know. I don't think he's going to crash. Yeah, I think he's in the pits. I think too many penalties for him. Doesn't think it's worthwhile to stay and race.
Oof.
It's round the...
Oh, that's around the outside. Will Monk at the exit? Will not. It's a great move. Good day, sir. And he moves up into P8.
Says goodbye to Sager Monk. Says goodbye to Monk as he flies off in the distance.
Unleashed manages a penalty. But Abhi too far back to think about it. And yeah, Montero looking at a net P2 currently. It'll be a good race for him if he can manage.
Doesn't look like a net P2 because yeah, never mind. He is okay. Yeah. He is looking for a net P2. Yes, I stand corrected. Thank you.
Dan is retired, so why has his car come out of the pits?
Yeah, can we go on board?
Can we go on board TTV Arrows, the irrelevant character in this race, who is acting as a cameraman for us today? Camera car, actually.
I think the car vanished now. Yeah,
it's off the track now.
It
That's Monk?
No, that's Paras.
No, that's not Monk. That's Paras. Paras has lost it. No, this is so bad for Paras.
Paras Banala. Bono, my Paras Banala. What has happened?
Oh no, this is so bad for Paras.
Well, he still has time to recover because
it's bad for Paras, but it's good for us. It's bad for Paras, but good for us because we are going to get some entertainment.
But now, I don't know if his tires are going to be very hot or are fine.
I think
they will be hot.
Box, maybe.
If he's worn them out too much, then he will...
Heisenberg, I guess.
He's going to come out behind Heisenberg or even Faison maybe.
Yeah.
I think he'll be out behind Heisenberg, yep.
But you can see the train behind that. He'll be coming out in traffic.
Aidser is close up to Faison there.
Does that make condition for podium positions?
Possibly.
If Paras pits.
I don't think Paras would pit, in my opinion. But I don't know. Oh yeah, never mind. Unleashed on the podium.
Yep.
Let's not jinx it. Let's not jinx it.
Please.
I beg you, please.
That's not called jinxing. The jinxing would be Unleashed is on the podium.
Yeah.
Now that's called jinxing it. Yes, I just did.
Another 3 seconds.
You're welcome. You're welcome for making the stream more entertaining. Faison, as you mentioned, gets another penalty. Faison is literally on
qualification race.
Yes, he's showing us how quickly can you actually disqualify if you if you get a penalty in every race. In every lap, sorry.
One race of Britain equals to disqualification.
Yes.
It will be so sad to just see Faison disqualify on the final lap.
That's going to be funny. I'm just going to laugh. I'm just going to mute myself and laugh. There's nothing else I can do.
How many penalties?
I have no idea. 20? 18-ish?
18 or 20?
22 or 28?
No. 28 or 32 is like
it's going to be under detail. Yeah, it's going to be under detail.
22, 28 is like the highest to get before you get
No, it's
disqualified.
going to be on the detail, probably.
Detail.
Yeah.
As we can see,
15
Faizan has
seconds.
15
Oh,
seconds
it's
penalty.
not going to disqualify then. But
No,
yeah.
if he actually gets penalties on every lap up till the end, he might get disqualified exactly on the final lap.
Well, that will be just
It's a really nice calculation.
a burst of laughter for us.
Thank you.
Nirma, the mathematician.
See, every stream lacks the Nirma touch on it.
Yeah, I agree.
And tonight you guys are blessed by my presence.
As we can see, it's still trying to make a move on Faizan.
And Heisenberg has gained on Abi.
Oh, two interesting battles here.
Yep.
Oh, Faizan goes onto the grass there.
as well as Eitzel. Both of them going to the grass.
I think
It's
Eitzel
literally
following
following
the lines of
Faizan. Yep. They
If you
both
can't
follow.
beat them, be them.
Yep.
Be there.
It's
I think it's just has to manage his
My man
penalties.
unleashed.
Unleashed has unleashed his pace today.
If you say that one more, I'm gonna slap you.
I think it just has to happen, to be honest. Too good of a pun to just let go of it.
Okay.
And you can see Eitzel still behind Faizan there. Both of them have the same amount of ERS left.
But the thing is, Eitzel actually drives, I think, on no traction or medium traction, as well. On the other hand, Faizan drives at full traction. So even with the full traction, Faizan actually has godlike pace, in my opinion.
Yep.
So,
He has the pace.
so it's going to be interesting to see how both of them cope with different levels of traction. But in this case, Faizan does have higher traction, which is going to give him slower exits on corners. But let's see, because Faizan is a veteran on IRC, as we have.
Streeter,
What?
the lead has retired.
Excuse me, why?
Can we go on board? Where did that happen?
In the pits.
No, go on board Paras. What? Hello?
He has retired
What happened
in the
there?
pits.
What just happened there?
I have no idea.
He was on the verge of getting the win there.
As if the race couldn't get any more interesting.
And now
Is that a safety
is
car?
on P3.
Where is he though? I can't see him. Oh, can we change the camera and go on board Monk? Niche. Sager. Go.
Oh, that's
go on board.
Unleashed up into the P3 now. This might just be the dream for Unleashed today.
Okay, the car just disappeared there.
Yeah, that's I think what's happening with
I
Dan
think he
also.
retired in pits actually.
Yeah, that's what he did.
That's
I
he
wonder why
did.
though.
I don't know what happened.
No, even Streeter also retired in the pits for some reason. I don't know what happened there.
Can the two
Yeah.
mechanics make it into the podium?
I don't
That's
think
big
so. I
ask.
think one of them will stay there, but not both of them.
That is a big ask actually, but you never know.
We never know just now what happened to Streeters.
I guess Unleashed did some black magic where it put my commentator scores on Streeter. So do I apologize to Streeter? No, I will not.
I think he just needs to do a bit more of it to get his teammate also onto the podium.
Come on, Nirma.
Nirma.
Heisenberg will get P1. So I've basically killed Paras and Montero in the process.
And maybe his teammate and the Haas as well.
Well, Heisenberg will get P1, so you can't get everything that you wish for. It's like the genie thing, right?
Trade offer.
You have 3 wishes, you just ask for something, and genie gives you something completely random.
But with a side effect.
Yes, so basically finding loopholes.
Yeah.
Heisenberg has been, I think, from lap 6, they have been
Heisenberg, even if he gets the move done on Abhi, I think it's just too much of an ask to pull out a 3-second gap, unless Abhi manages to get a penalty.
unless Heisenberg has even more pace than Abhi.
Yeah.
Same
He's sending it. Oh no.
He had to launch his car up onto the sausage curbs to actually manage to get in the gap that Abhi might have left a little bit of, which makes his car that much more unstable, and he has lost the prospect of actually making the move. But going on to the point of Abhi getting a penalty, I don't think that's going to be possible because from what my racing experience is in IRC at least, Abhi is a pretty good driver. He is a consistent driver, so making him get penalties is difficult. It's actually difficult to force him penalties out of him.
Well, I'm waiting for him to get a penalty now.
I think this, apart from Eitzel getting a jump on Faizan, will be the... Yeah, let's not call it right now.
Oh yeah, that is true. I didn't pay attention to that. While Faizan was actually doing a speed run on getting disqualified, Eitzel does have a jump on him, so it's P6 for Eitzel. And is it P7 for Monk?
Yeah, probably.
Yep,
Even it might. No, it can't be. Yeah,
It
no,
will be
it's
a
not
decent
happening.
enough result for Monk on his comeback drive.
Yep.
Not decent. It's pretty good actually. P7, quite a chunk of points.
I think McLaren will take away a lot of points here.
Yeah, McLaren, good race for them.
Well, let's not call
up
it
until
yet,
now.
shall we?
Yep.
There's still 2 more laps to go.
Let's see if Heisenberg can get ahead of Abhi on track at least.
The only two drivers that are close to the rivals is Heisenberg and Eitzel. Now Eitzel has fallen lower. He's just almost a second, 9/10 behind. Same with Heisenberg. He was almost a second right now, and now he's 9/10. So the race is dying out in the final few laps, which is pretty rare to see because you'll usually get a lot of action in the final laps as well.
I think Heisenberg has just decided he's not going to push it and just stay content with what he's got.
And going back to what Slaya, I think it was you, Slaya, who said that it was possible to finish the race on the mediums without pitting. Who was it?
Yeah, so on the Inters, I was saying that you can do a no-stop, and that's exactly what Montero and Paris have done.
As well as Monk, you're counting Monk out of the equation.
Yep, so we cannot forget about all these drivers. I think Monk has, just dropped
Did
back a
Monk
bit.
pit though?
No, he hasn't.
Nope.
He's
20
just...
laps, enters, 25 laps.
Oh yeah, you're right. He might have...
As Bacon, I think he's trying for the fastest lap.
Fastest lap, yep. I think he will get it.
So the only driver to have not pitted is Montero then?
Montero and Paris, both of them.
Well, the Monk is going to be on the 24th lap as well. So yeah, all the three of them
Monk
have
hasn't
pitted.
pitted actually. My bad.
Yeah.
Monk hasn't pitted.
So 3 drivers who have actually done the no-stop. As Slaya said, it's possible to do it. So interesting to see that people actually consider the no-stop strategy.
I think if it rains in the tier 3 and tier 1 lobbies, I think drivers have to take note that you can't.
Yeah. So basically, tier 2 is like the experimental tier for all the other tiers, where they actually can refine their strategies.
I think Heisenberg is 1 second 9/10 behind Abhi.
And Eitzel and
trying to get ahead of Heisen there. Eitzel with, I think, yes, lesser battery. I think both of them have like less than 20% of the batteries. Heisen going very defensive there.
He didn't have to do it. Consider that actually compromises his entry to this corner where he has actually lost some time to Eitzel. And if Eitzel actually manages to stick to him in Maggots and Beckett's, as he has, he is gaining on 5-star.
And hope he doesn't go onto the grass.
I don't think Eitzel is...
And
He just has
Heisen
to
goes
chill
onto
out.
the grass.
Eitzel shouldn't do anything dumb. He should just stick back and just enjoy his P6.
Ooh, he fades it on the left side but then goes right.
Oh, he's going for it again.
Ooh, that was close.
He wants it on track. He certainly wants it on track. Can he get it done though?
He locks up.
Is the question.
Double lock.
Oh no, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. But that's... so we still have a lap to go. I forgot. I thought this was... No,
Heisen
it is
thought
certainly not.
That was a beautiful move.
That's well tried from Eitzel.
let's
Good
see if
racing
we
by
can go
both
on to another
drivers.
lap.
Well,
At
Yeah,
least
I think
5 seconds
Eitzel
and
has
Eitzel
to-
gives us.
Oh, sector 3?
And we have
Oh,
another.
that's one of the Red Bulls. Might be
Sager.
Sager. Yeah.
spun out again.
Yep.
No, my Sages gone. No.
So TTV Arrows definitely gets a chunk of points today without even being in the league.
He's in the league.
That's what I'm saying. Without being in the league, he gets a chunk of points.
What does he get points? He's P11.
Faizan have a thing.
No, it's points to
that's
P15 in IRC, Nirma.
Oh yeah, I haven't been in F1 since a long time. I've just been doing ACC.
Yep.
Thank you for letting me know, and the
that
viewers as
certainly
well.
shows.
As
Thank you for
Montero
letting me and the viewers know.
Yep,
And
as
we
we have
can see
Montero take the checkered
Ontario
flag.
Montero, P1, Paras. Going to the final few corners, get P2. Unleashed gets P3 from being completely nowhere near P3. Beautiful stuff.
Beautiful stuff on both the McLarens today. No, I think Unleashed has got on the podium before.
Well, my bad then.
Unleashed.
Unleashed. Beautiful.
And HL gets another 3-second penalty there.
It doesn't matter because he's already has less penalties than Faizan, but they showed up. They have put up a very good show for us, for us commentators and the viewers as well. That's beautiful battling. And two drivers and Faisal gets P6.
Faizan goes down to P7. Monk on his return to F1 gets P7.
Gets P7. There you go.
9/10. And Sager rounding out the final couple of corners there. Goes to P9. Will he finish P9? Yep.
Good race. That was good race.
Yep.
Great race from all the drivers today. It has been enjoyable to watch and
Unleashed wins the driver of the day.
I think that's well deserved.
Yep, indeed, from the McLaren boys.
Can we run down the order and the race director, please? Sai.
Yep, as we have come down to the finish of the British Grand Prix, we have Ontario finishing P1 from P4, then we have Paris staying in P2, then we have an amazing drive from Unleashed from P11 to P3, then we have Abi up to P4, then we have Heisenberg up to P5, then we have Eitzel P6, Monk on his return to IRC gets to P7, Faizan drops down to P8 after the penalties, then we have Sage up P9, BK 19 up to P10, and I think Arrows up to P11, and Streeter finish DNFs, and then Assassin DNFs, and Shawshank DNFs. I think that's an eventful race.
Well, now we can move on to the podium interview, guys, and we will have the drivers join us shortly. And we can have a chat with these guys just to see how the race was for them. And yeah. So, who all finished onto the podium today?
Apparently, Faizan had put on the wrong setup.
Oh,
He put a setup for the wrong track.
I think that's that's the reason maybe Faizan didn't have any space. Who all finished onto the podium? It's Paras, Montero, and Unleashed, right?
Yes.
So I had them, and
What do you guys think of the race there?
Interesting, though, at least when I joined, because I was in the gym. I kind of was late, but when I joined, it was an amazing race. It was very nice, interesting. I loved it.
Yes, indeed.
As we
Lots
have
of overtake
unleashed, as Slaya has been mentioning again and again, who unleashed his pace today on track. Hi, unleashed.
Hello.
A few words, at least, on terms of how the racing was from your perspective.
So I think qualies was trash for me, but that's like usual now. I'm not sure if that's a mental thing or like skill thing. But when the race started, I found like I just realized that I had quite a bit of pace compared to people around me, and it was all about like getting into the right trains, I guess. So I got a little desperate while overtaking BK and Abhi because I wanted to join the pack in the front, but yeah, I couldn't really get to P1, P2, but P3 from P10 overall, really good race for me. And shout out to them finishing the race with no stops. Like, I'm not sure how they managed to do it. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you, Unleashed. Did you ever have in mind the no stop strategy? Because yeah, it was a viable opinion. We were discussing it on the stream as well, and I don't know if it went through your brain to maybe do it.
Me and Nikhil Heisenberg, we both were initially planning, but at some point, like I think lap 10 or something, we just noticed that our fronts have worn out a lot. And by the time I went into the pits in lap, I think 13 it was, I was already almost close to 50% wear. So yeah, I'm not sure like what the guys up front did, like how did they caress their tires so well, but yeah, I was suffering with wear, and I think most of the people around me were as well.
Well, nevertheless, it has been a great race. P3 and P5 for your teammate also.
Yeah, very good for the team. We move ahead now in the constructors, so that's really good. Luckily for us, RB wasn't there or the Merc drivers, so this is really good for us in the WCC. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely helps out and a big chunk of points. Congratulations, man. Now we move on to our P2 finisher, Anish Montero. Montero, how was the race, man? Talk us through it. The no stop strategy certainly worked out for you today, and yeah, tell us about it.
Yeah, it was a very clean race from my end. It was, I guess, one of the best races I've driven. I surprised myself because usually I'm not too good in the wet. I always end up spinning at least once, but it was clean throughout the race. And I guess Streeter was on to win. It would have been a good battle. I don't know who would have won, either me or Streeter, but I guess AI pitted him, and he ended up. I guess he lost connection and AI pitted him. Otherwise, it would have been a good battle. Otherwise, I had good battles. I guess with Paras, I pushed him a lot, and one of the corners he lost it and he spun. And yeah, it was a very good race from my end. I guess one of the best races I've driven. I guess one of the best first races I've won without a car in ahead getting a penalty, and then because earlier I've always won where someone ahead has got a penalty, but the first one I just won on track.
Yeah, it was a pretty flawless race.
Yes, and towards the end, at around lap 20, I saw the tire wear was around 56, and I was thinking what to do. Do I pit? And then I just slowed down and eased off to save tires. And then I guess I ended with around 71% tire wear. But still, I guess my last lap was my best lap, and it was just I guess the second of Unleashed's time. But I guess it was one of very good setup. I set it up in such a way that it wasn't a good for quali, but more for a wet race. So less, more drag and more downforce. So, but yes, good racing by
nevertheless.
Correct. Unleashed, especially from P11 to P3 on a wet race, that's brilliant because very hard to overtake. I guess I just got one overtake on track with Abhi. Otherwise, it was pretty difficult to overtake.
Yeah, that was something we were noticing in the race. But nevertheless, congratulations on that clean race, flawless race. enjoy the 25 points.
Thanks, man.
Do we have Paras with us right now? I don't
As
think
of
we
now, I
do.
don't think so. We have Paras with us.
Well, what can we do now? I think pretty much, but yeah, I think I don't think Paras is joining us anytime shortly. That just about ends us the podium interviews, and yeah, Sai, it has been a great race, man, and yeah, interesting and topsy turvy. So yeah, we can head on to the stream end now.
Yep, indeed. It was a great race. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
And you can follow us on Instagram at the rate Indian Racing Community. Follow us on Twitter at the rate racing underscore Indian. In our Discord from the link in bio, not bio, description. And yeah, look forward to more racing action. We do have tier 1, 8 or 9. So it's going to be action packed day tomorrow and on Friday. ACC. So yeah, tune in for all the races. Subscribe to the channel, like the stream, and yeah, thank you for tuning.